second chance. One moment, floating, safe, alive. The next, gone. One after another, they died in a state of panic. A predator that doesn't just chase, it thinks. Beneath the waves, in the cold and the dark, something has been watching. Calculating, waiting for the exact second when fear becomes fatal. It uses sound, silence, and strategy. By the time its target understands what's happening, it's already too late. This is real, captured on camera, impossible to unsee. Something is coming from the front. That's what the prey believes. Every instinct screams, watch that side, danger is there. So it turns, it braces, it prepares to run in the one direction that feels safe. But that's the trap. Because while its eyes are locked forward, something else is already moving in from behind. Silent, unseen, unstoppable. One after another, they died in a state of panic. Not because they were slow, not because they were weak. Because they were looking the wrong way. A hunt built in layers, a lie told in silence, a distraction, and a killer waiting in the blind spot. No war room, no commands shouted across the water, just instinct sharpened into something that looks, unsettlingly, like a plan. This time, it's different. This time, the hunter isn't facing something weaker. It's facing something that could kill it back. Two forces, nearly matched, neither one backing down. One wrong move, just one, and the pod doesn't just lose the hunt. It loses one of its own. No easy angles, no guaranteed advantage, just raw power meeting raw power, and water turning white in the struggle. Every second stretches longer than it should. Every strike carries a risk that could end it all. This is the footage marine researchers replay again and again, not because it's rare, but because it shouldn't have happened the way it did. The cameras were rolling for something ordinary. Nobody expected this. What they captured that day wasn't just a hunt, it was a message. Not one pod, not two. Multiple pods, moving together, communicating in ways no one had documented before, like they'd planned this for years. One after another, they died in a state of panic, surrounded on every side with nowhere left to turn. the scientists watching the footage back. Because everything they thought they knew about how orcas hunt, the rules, the limits, the boundaries of what coordination was supposed to look like, it all fell apart in a matter of minutes. This wasn't instinct anymore. This was something closer to strategy passed down, refined, perfected across generations. Whole research papers were rewritten because of this single event. That's how different this was. It wasn't supposed to fight back. The hunter closes in, the prey panics. The outcome is already written. Except, this time, it wasn't. This time, something inside the prey refused to accept the ending everyone expected. It turned. It struck back. It fought for every second of its life. And for the first time in this story, the hunters hesitated. Because even the ocean's most feared predator has a threshold, a point where the risk stops being worth the reward. They retreat, they regroup, they rethink. The hunted became, if only for a few seconds, the one in control. Nothing here is guaranteed. It's not born knowing how to kill. It's built, piece by piece. A young orca, still learning, still clumsy. Beside it, a mother, watching, waiting, letting it try. One after another, they died in a state of panic. A juvenile was watching every second of it, studying, absorbing. There's no manual here, no second chance handed out gently. Just repetition, correction, and a mother's quiet, brutal patience. Letting her young fail so it can learn to succeed. Not the finished hunter, the mistakes before it. Today's most feared predator was once just a student. Everything you've seen until now was leading here. One final encounter, one last shift in power. For centuries, people believe size decides everything. This footage ends that belief. One after another, they died in a state of panic. This is the moment that proves it was never about size at all. Something far smaller takes complete control over something bigger. No brute force, no wasted movement, just precision and timing. Scientists stopped asking which is stronger and started asking which thinks faster. This is the moment the ocean's true hierarchy reveals itself.